y'all in the middle of
right.
filming?
Was it?
What? Why don't you tell me? Can you scoot over one?
That way or that way?
Pretend you're friends.
He is my friend.
Hello, friend Jessi.
Hello, friend Jake. I would
That's
like to think
good.
we have a rapport. We just don't hang out.
Good pretending, you guys.
Hi guys, welcome back, and it's Manga Monday, and it's your favorite ghost host here, Jessi Dusk, along with
Jake Hoskins.
And then there were just two. Emma's really busy with school, so she'll chip in every now and again, but school is important, y'all. The lesson here is go to school.
Don't do drugs.
Or don't go to school. Do your own thing. Well, no, if you're in high school, go to school. I don't know how to send messages to children.
Do drugs.
Not that one. Let's just jump into books before we get a bunch of calls from parents. So today I have No Game, No Life. I personally really like this because you have two blue Onis in this situation, stealing one of M's lines, where it's two step-siblings who are just agoraphobic after their parents die in a car crash, and they just play games. That's all they do. They team up. One is really good at strategy, and the other one is really good at, God, what was the other one good at?
Other stuff.
Other stuff involving video games. Basically, they team up and become this team-up character called Blank, where they just have the ability to just wipe out everybody in a game, and they always win. Until they meet this one character, T-A-T, so Tat.
Okay.
So, they basically get invited to play a game of chess with this character, and when they win, the character invites them to live out their life in a world of just playing games.
Oh, okay.
And so after they win the game, they get sucked in, they agree to it because they think it's just a joke, and then they get sucked into the world of playing games. Where you're not allowed to kill each other.
Okay.
Probably a really good world. But you have to solve your differences by playing games. But if you cheat, and the person has to recognize that you're cheating, and if you announce the other person as being a cheater, it's an automatic loss, and you don't get to continue forward with playing games.
What happens if you accuse them as a cheater and you're wrong?
I think that's actually
Then
goes
do you
against...
lose?
Yeah, you essentially lose. You just kind of become the boy who cried wolf, essentially.
Okay.
You either have to be such a good cheater you can't get caught,
Okay.
or...
You just get good?
Yeah, you just get good, essentially. And so they get sucked into this world, and they're both really good at games, and so they start to figure out that you can, by playing games, so you climb this hierarchy system, where the strive is to rule over all, 17 species, something like that.
Okay.
That live in this world, and ultimately become the new god, who is Tat, or Tot, however you want to pronounce that. Tat. He's the god currently presiding over the world, or worlds, and these two siblings are striving to beat him out.
Okay.
I will say the teen rating on this is pretty accurate. I would say probably 17 on up, because it does kind of have some provocative.
It's got them that big etchy mood.
Yeah, let me clear it up. The brother and sister don't have a thing for each other. They just keep getting drawn in these kind of etchy, circumstances, I guess.
Yeah, it's not morally wrong in the narrative sense.
Yeah.
But to the eyes.
It looks really wrong. They also have, this weird thing where they have severe separation anxiety.
Okay.
If they're more than a few feet away from each other, they just get thrown into this massive panic attack.
So they're like codependent protagonists.
Right, exactly, which probably stems from the fact that their parents died and they were left alone in this apartment just playing video games with each other and just depending on each other. So there's a sense of dependency on each other.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. I always find it cool when there's more than one presented protagonist in a story.
Yeah, so come and check out No Game, No Life. I really like it a lot.
Alright, and the one I'm talking about today is Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter. I've heard both ways. However you pronounce it, up to you. It's sort of a thing with those manga and anime that have an X in it. Apparently you're not supposed to say it. But
Yeah. I've always been worried about that.
I think it's fun to say it, but...
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter. I've heard a lot of people say Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, and then other people are like, oh no, it's Hunter x Hunter.
I think it's just that whole thing of manga.
Yeah. Mangos. So, Hunter x Hunter is sort of a take on the world where this special profession called hunters exist. They are people with beyond above average strengths and intellects and in certain situations powers that are allowed to go to certain restricted areas of the world to sort of like plunder treasures or take on certain like bounty hunting missions, big boy adventure stuff like that. In this particular story follows a character within that world named Gonfries. He was abandoned by his father, who went on to become a hunter instead of raising our sweet baby boy. And he's like, you know, if being a hunter is great enough to abandon me, I want to find out what that's like. So he's like...
That's definitely a mental turnaround.
Yeah, so he goes out he sets out to try and become one of those hunters to see, like, what was so great that my dad ditched me, and also sort of find his dad and ask him, like, hey,
you ditched me, what was up with that?
Yeah.
Awkward.
But despite that goal, he has a very, like, optimistic, like, cheery, happy-go-lucky type attitude.
Yeah, he looks like it.
Yeah, he's got, like, an airhead vibe to him. He's one of those punch-strong, eat-a-lot protagonists, but he's a lot...
So Naruto-y?
Yeah, I would say more like in the Goku archetype.
Okay.
But he's a lot smarter than he appears, based on his age and his sort of temperament when it comes down to it. The first step to becoming a hunter is to take on the hunter's exam.
Mm-hmm.
So this book right here sort of takes the beginning of that story. Read on, find out what happens next. But he meets some friends, they sort of team up, form that traditional anime/manga party of protagonists. I don't want to spoil anything, so yeah. I'll just word it as they overcome a series of Hunger Games like challenges in order to get to the top of all the applicants to become hunters. Whether or not they succeed in that, I'll leave that up to you, viewer/reader. But it's very much a shonen, appeared in Shonen Jump. The fights are very strategic, so if you enjoy flashy fights with a lot of thought behind them and like things happen in a way that makes sense, there's not a lot of deus ex machina stuff. It's all like narratively cohesive, which is super fun. There's no power level that's suddenly unlocked that allows the main character to punch through the obstacle. No, they actually have to think. Sometimes they're outmatched, and so they run away, which is like, that's cool. I like that they don't win every time. Read Gong about his journey to get stronger, be a hunter, find his dad, say what's up with that, and yeah, there's a very good reason why this is like one of the most top recommended shonen manga. I don't know if I've done the selling of it justice, but believe me, it's good. Pick it up. You won't want to put it down.
So that's concluding our Manga Monday. For this week, we are going to put the 15% off on No Game, No Life. Yay! Okay. So come by and pick up a copy. We do have the Black Friday event that's going to be coming up. We'll post up those details as soon as possible. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this week, and we'll catch you all next week. I'm so socially awkward, jeez. Can I go home now?
And that has been Manga Monday.
I'm terrible.
And today I'm going to talk about Dragon Ball Z, the Viz Big Collection, Volume 5. Now, we've just seen the emergence of the androids, foretold by Trunks as he came from the future. You remember when Trunks came from the future?
Yes, you don't need to
unbeknownst to the world that he's the son of Vegeta and Bulma, like, shocker! So Z-Fighters trained, as we recall, but the androids have showed up.
Don't give him camera
time! And the first one to encounter these androids is Yamcha. And boy, Yamcha is the hero we all deserve. There's this part where Yamcha.
What?